welcome to downtown Winnipeg, Manitoba. I just drove in from my hotel and I'm going to be wandering around here for a little while, checking out the Manitoba Legislative building. From there I'm going to head into the Forks Market. So I parked for free downtown on Sundays, which is very rare for a major city of this size. This is the Winnipeg World War I Memorial. It's located right here on the grounds of the legislature. This is the Manitoba Legislative building. Built from 1913 to 1920 in the neoclassical style, the Manitoba Legislature is home to the province's government and is one of Winnipeg's most historic buildings. In front of the legislature is a pretty imposing statue of Queen Victoria, who would have been in power at the time that Manitoba was founded. Tons of beautiful flowers pretty much on every street here in Winnipeg, so it's definitely a lovely place to walk in the summertime. It's definitely a city made for walking on that note. You can see that Winnipeg is a very left-wing socialist city, which is true. Unions make work better, united we stand, and so forth. This iconic building here is the Fort Garry Hotel. This is one of the oldest hotels in Canada, and just over there is the Winnipeg Railway Station where I'm headed right now. This is Union Station, which is one of Canada's largest railway stations. From here, when it's not cold, you can take a train all the way to Vancouver, all the way east to Halifax, Nova Scotia, or all the way north to Churchill, Manitoba. So it's kind of the crossroads of all the major lines here in Canada. So it is a Crown corporation, which is fully owned by the Government of Canada. Some excellent views of the Winnipeg skyline from where I'm standing here at the entrance to the Forks National Historic Site. Just shy of the Forks Market here is the Canadian Human Rights Museum. So it is closed down right now due to COVID. However, it is reportedly one of the best museums in Canada. Lots of bread, locally produced bread. Almost nobody's wearing a mask though, so it's not the most inspiring place if they want to keep their only 200 cases an actual figure. Winnipeg is one of the most ethnically diverse cities in Canada, and it's really cool that you can find something like the Taste of Sri Lanka inside the market. So really cool variety of shops they have inside of here. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like they have the actual farmers market and produce and meat area anymore. I'm just enjoying the parts of the market that I actually can enjoy, I suppose. I'm gonna head over and find at least a mid-afternoon snack to hold me over until dinner. Alright, I'm trying the iced Americano from Fools and Horses Cafe and the cinnamon bun from the Tall Grass Bakery. Let's see what the Forks has to offer here. The market evidently has an observation deck at the very top of these stairs, so I'm gonna go see if I can get some views of the river.
I know.
Another view of the Canadian Human Rights Museum right in front of me, and again, if you pan just to the left here is the Winnipeg skyline. I was considering taking a waterboat tour on the Red River, but because of COVID, it is $80 for a group of 10, and you can't join any groups. You have to make your own group of 10. So one of the most ridiculous and misguided requirements of any tourist attraction I think I've ever heard of in my life. Make your own group of 10 people, your friends and family, and come and have a boat ride, because that makes sense. And I've stumbled upon the Winnipeg sign, which I didn't even know existed, and the beautiful Human Rights Museum right behind it. And this is the Louis Riel Esplanade, which I'm about to cross to head into the Saint Boniface French Quarter of Winnipeg. Pretty remarkable pedestrian bridge, much nicer than Calgary's disgusting red esophagus over the river. Very cool bridge. You can see the very muddy red river running through town. This river had a major flood back in the late 1990s. It's one of Canada's worst natural disasters. All right, entering the St. Boniface neighborhood of Winnipeg. This is the largest French-speaking part of Canada outside of Quebec. Again, Western Canada is primarily English-speaking, so this is the exception to that rule. Very cool, notable Canadians such as Louis Riel. All the shops here, you can also see, if you look closely, are bilingual, so every single sign is both in English and in French. This beautiful dome-topped building is the University of Saint Boniface, which I didn't even know existed. It wasn't even on my short list for sightseeing today, but it is absolutely stunning. Beautiful facade. I'm heading down to the cathedral, which is coming up right here on my left. The St. Boniface Cathedral is one of the nicest French cathedrals in Canada, so can't wait to see it. So as you can see here, the cathedral was founded in 1818, so it's quite historic. It is older than Canada, so that is something. This is without a doubt one of the most beautiful French cathedrals that I visited, so go figure to find that in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. Well, that is an incredible cathedral, one of the nicest French cathedrals that I've seen in the world. So I've been to many countries, and I can say without a doubt the St. Boniface Cathedral here in Winnipeg, Manitoba can hold its own against any French cathedral in France. It is absolutely beautiful. And I mean, it's not that old, 1818, but by Canadian standards, that's pretty historic. This is the gravesite of Louis Riel, the Métis freedom fighter, who stood up to the Canadian government to demand rights for Métis, which are a blend of French and First Nations Indigenous people here in Canada. Really beautiful views of downtown Winnipeg and the Esplanade Bridge. We've got a close-up view here of the Museum of Human Rights in downtown Winnipeg. This building does remind me a lot of the Museum of Islamic Art in Doha, Qatar. In terms of architecture, it's very similar with the kind of jagged corners. Very cool building. Once I cross under the train tracks here, I will officially be in Winnipeg's Exchange District, right in the heart of the downtown core. Definitely impressed with Winnipeg. I haven't been down here in about 9 years now, so it's been a long time since I got a sense of the city, but it is a very beautiful place. It's got a reputation of being quite a boring city among Canadians, but evidently those people have not really ever been here to explore what it truly has to offer. Some very cool historic buildings here in the heart of downtown Winnipeg. You can see here the Nutty Club Candies and Nuts building. It looks like it's clearly from the 1940s or 50s. Old advertisement from probably the turn of the century, the turn of the 20th century. Looking down here at the corner of Portage and Main, the heart of downtown Winnipeg. Lots of very old buildings down here. So you can see this one, the Royal Trust Company. I'm not sure what year it is. I can't really make that out on the building, but definitely historic, well over 100 years old. You can see here the Hamilton building here in downtown. Very cool. A lot of historic buildings on this road. Confederate building is the one over there. I think I'm going to cross the road just so I can see these a little bit better, but really beautiful views here on Main Street in downtown Winnipeg. Exchange District. Some aggressive homeless people out here right now, so it is getting a little bit too late to be walking around downtown, so I'm going to be heading out and getting a bite to eat before it gets too late. It's almost 9 o'clock p.m. right now. I hope you enjoyed the tour as much as I enjoyed filming it for you. Really beautiful evening here in the downtown core.